yeah, I don't know. I like to talk shit. I'm a motherfucking city girl.
Yeah, but dope in the bush. Dope in the bush. I know how to bitch good looking. Bitch good looking. Bitch good looking. Dope in the bush. I know how to cook. Yeah. I did the digital dash. I put the bitch on the pedestal. I got the junkie a blast. I said it dope to mama.
Okay, this is a vibe. It's something different, something new, and I'm not mad at it. Hey beauty babes, welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell from today's title, I'm doing something a little different. So I want to start doing Wine Down Wednesday, where I drink wine and just talk with you guys. Some of my favorite content to create is like chit chat content. Let me close this off. Just because, you know, I feel like you just get more of like my personality and who I am. So that's the type of content I like to create. And I also love wine. If you guys know me in real life, then you guys know that. So today I'm drinking Riesling, but we're gonna switch it up because I do want to start getting into more red wines. So as you know, these segments progress, then I'll change out the wines and things like that. So yeah, and I've never really actually done like a formal like video where I've really like talked to you guys, so I'm super excited about this. It's a little different for me, but I'm excited. Oh my gosh, you guys, wait, hold on, I didn't tell you guys what to do. Before we get into the topic, I'm gonna need you guys to go ahead and subscribe so that way you too can become a beauty babe, and then go ahead and hit that bell notification so that way you'll be notified every single time I upload on a Sunday or a Wednesday. And then I'm gonna need you to share this video so that way all the chocolate girls around the world can learn how to slay. And now without further ado, let's go ahead and get into our topic. So for today's Wind Down Wednesday, I'm gonna be talking about dating. I'm sure I'm gonna be talking about this topic a lot because it's a common thing that people like to talk about. Y'all know Clubhouse has been popping lately, and there was a room that I was actually in Clubhouse the other day. Spiritual World had posted it on Instagram, so let me get it pulled up real quick just so I can tell y'all what it was called. The Art of Dating Multiple Men. So that's what the room was called. And I was listening to it and I was like, yeah, I think it's very true, like a lot of stuff they were talking about. But I just want to talk about that from my personal perspective because I feel like, you know, as women, we're not taught to date casually, and we're not taught to date like to find what it is that we really like and want out of a partner. Obviously, you guys know last year I was in a relationship that ended, and now I'm single, and it's actually been really great. Like, I kept thinking, you know, before I moved back to Seattle, I was like, dang, like dating is gonna suck. And I'm not saying that dating is like wonderful, by no means, because you know it really is just like trial and error. It's like filtering through, seeing like who you feel like you can really build with. But it hasn't been like a bad process for me. It's different like dating now at 26 versus when I was like 21, 22, but I'm actually enjoying it more, and I think it's because I do have a better understanding of what it is that I'm looking for. You know what I mean? So instead of me being like, oh, let me just continue to see this one person even though I'm not really vibing with them. But yeah, I'm just being more so like, okay, what is it in you that I see that I can say like this is fine and I like this, versus being like this is a deal breaker. And I also feel like I am being more firm on what my deal breakers are and what my boundaries are, and if I feel like those are not being respected, then you got to go. But I'm also not putting all my eggs in one basket. Like I'm not gonna do that again. I'm not, because there is nothing wrong with dating multiple people. Now once you get to that point where you and that person that you're interested in have that conversation and say, hey, it's just gonna be us or whatever, cool, move forward with that, build off of that, see what happens, you know what I mean? But until you get to that point, until that conversation is had, there's nothing wrong with dating multiple people at all, because that's how you figure out what it is that you like, and that's who you figure out who you like, you know what I mean? Because no one person is going to be perfect for you at all. A relationship is about kind of building based on like who each other are. Hold on, let me just put this between my legs. But your guys' lives need to be aligned. You know what I mean? It's about finding the person whose life is aligned with your life. So when you are just kind of only dating one person and you're just trying to kind of make it work with this one person, but you don't feel like that's necessarily the best option for you, you gotta let it go. But I'm not saying to always look for the next best thing either, because I feel like that's a common thing too, is people are always looking for who's better, but what if? It's a matter of like, if this person has 85% of what it is that I'm looking for, because nobody's gonna be 100%, I'm gonna go ahead and try to build with this person as much as I can. Now obviously if it's not working out, then you gotta call it quits, you know what I mean? Like, no relationship is gonna be perfect, but you have to understand what you're willing to put up with. I personally am not the type of person to be like, I'm gonna put up with the cheating and this and that and the third. No, that's not me. My cutoff game is real strong, okay? Not me. But there are certain things that like you can compromise on, and you have to figure out if that something is a deal breaker or if you're willing to compromise. So don't put all your eggs in one basket, baby girl. For me personally, like, I just realized like over this last year alone, like, I can sometimes exude a lot of masculine energy. So I personally am attracted to more of alpha males, because I feel like how do I word this without like sounding rude? I don't think there's anything wrong with a man who is more sensitive, by no means. But if you're not assertive, I just know for a fact it's not going to work, because I need somebody that is like more assertive, because I got a slick mouth on me, like I really do. And I really learned that about myself this year. Like, I can be kind of mean to men, and it's not intentional. I was just like, I just have to be this sweet, delicate little dainty girl, and it's like, no, this is just who I am. Like, if you can't deal with my sarcasm, you can't deal with my jokes, if you're gonna cry about it, then you gotta go, because like, yeah, I don't know, I like to talk shit. I'm a motherfucking city girl. Psych, I'm not, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, if you can't hang the baby, you gotta go. But yeah, like, I need somebody that is more assertive. And I think it's just because, like, one, that's just how my father was, that's how my brothers are, that's just how the men in my family are, and so I'm used to that. And so that's what I'm expecting out of my significant other. Not saying like, oh, I want to be submissive, but like, I can be very submissive when I feel like you got that energy that I need, you know? Like, you gotta give me something to work with, Zitty. Ew. But it's a thin line between like what I'm looking for versus like somebody who is time for the drag, but like somebody that can be like cocky, condescending, manipulative, narcissistic, you know what I mean? Like, you have to be able to find like the balance, because those are real people out there too. Those people are out there and they are crazy, and that's why you don't put all your eggs in one basket, because you have to literally observe and be like, okay, is this that or is it this? You know what I mean? Like, you have to look at people's behaviors, you have to pay attention to their actions, because that's how you're going to be able to differentiate crazy from not crazy. Okay, so yeah, it's getting a little cold. Dating is just interesting though. I know I keep saying it, but literally, like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Please don't. And I'm just only speaking from my own personal experience. You know what I mean? Because, like, nobody's perfect. I know I'm not going to be perfect to anybody. Like, I know I'm annoying. I know that. I know that I can be kind of mean sometimes. Like, I know these things about myself. But it also has to, like that man has to decide, like, okay, is this something that I can deal with for the rest of my life? Or is this something that, like, I'm just not gonna tolerate? Because if you can't tolerate it, then baby, bounce. You ain't hurt my feelings. Like, my husband's out there somewhere. And then you guys, y'all don't even want to get me started on like dating during a pandemic. Like, that's crazy to me, but also like, I'm doing it, you know what I mean? It's not impossible. Look, baby girl, match energy, period. If he's giving you minimal effort, you don't give effort. Like, don't sit up here doing the most for somebody who is doing absolutely nothing for you, period. Like, just don't do that. And I'm not saying like doing anything in the sense of like, oh, spending money. This man, I took a trip. We met on my trip and everything was fine and dandy. He seemed cool, seemed nice. I'm not gonna lie, at first, when I first met him, I didn't realize he was trying to talk to me. That's just because I'm also a very oblivious person. Like, sometimes things just go over my head. A lot of times things just go over my head. So that's why I need somebody that is very straightforward and is just gonna tell me how they feel, because I'm not gonna know. I'm really not. So we didn't really have much interaction before I left. So then when I get back home, communication is good for like the first week, although there's very minimal communication via FaceTime. And for me, I hate texting. I do not like texting. I will only genuinely text you if I like you. Like, if I'm interested in you, then I don't mind having a text conversation. And I'm not saying I wasn't interested in this man, but like, you know, the text conversation was just very dragged out because like, one, my day was busy, and two, his day was busy. So it wasn't like we were having a deep conversation about anything that was like being dragged out throughout the day. It was literally just small talk being dragged out, and at that point I'm just like, what are you texting me for? Because this is annoying and boring. Every time we talked on FaceTime, it was for a very short amount of time. I think our longest FaceTime conversation was 5 minutes long, and I'm not exaggerating. I'm not saying that to be like, oh, I'm exaggerating. Like, no, I'm being dead ass serious. The longest FaceTime conversation we had was 5 minutes long. I've been talking to dudes on FaceTime for like 3-4 hours, 7 hours. 5 minutes? No. So I was just like, you're kind of boring. And not because he himself was boring, but it's just the conversation was boring. I didn't feel like there was much effort from him in trying to get to know me. I feel like if you're pursuing me, then you should do that. I didn't display interest in you first. You displayed interest in me. So if you would like to get to know me, then show me that. Because I'm not gonna beg for your attention. You know what I mean? It gets to the point where like we don't talk for a whole week. The conversation that ended off with me sending him a text and he never responded. You know, at this point, I like I said, I'm matching energy. So if you're giving me bare minimum, I'm gonna give you bare minimum. If you give me more effort, I give you more effort. You know what I mean? That's just how it goes in my book. At this point, I just don't think you're genuinely interested. I think you just want to be able to have access to me, and I don't like that. So we're just gonna cut off the communication at this point. Like, we're just cold turkey, cut it off, we're done. Like, for what? What is the reason? What do we need to talk about? Absolutely nothing. Because what you doing all day is boring, and I'm also like, don't send me what you doing text. I'm 26. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm just at that point now where I'm over the bullshit. But other than that, dating has been very fun for me. That's the moral of the story, you know? Just don't sit up here and be like, let me just try to pursue this one person. Don't try to make somebody who is not ideal for you your ideal person. You know what I mean? Like, I've done that so much in the past where I've been like, oh, I see what I want to see in you versus seeing you for who you really are. Not understanding like we're just not right for each other. You know what I mean? Because I don't like to look at things as like, oh, I'm not good enough for you or you're not good enough for me, because that's not the case at all. It's just that people aren't compatible, because nobody is better than anyone at all. Like, you are not above anyone, but don't try to force something out of nothing. I'm taking everything for surface value, and that goes for like romantic relationships, family relationships, friendships. Excuse me. I'm taking everything for surface value, because why believe a lie? It's a lie. Don't believe a lie. It's a lie. But that's just my opinion. I'm not even finished with this glass of wine. But yeah, that's kind of it for this video though, because I don't really know what else to add to the topic. If you guys want to have a conversation about this video down below in the comment section, please be sure to drop them so that way I can talk with y'all. Let me know how y'all feel about what I said. If you disagree, that's totally fine. I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? That's a part of life. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, stay beautiful. Mwah. Bye.
I don't treat like the mama. You rats will never be honorable. They know I'm a kid of my word. I hustle the first to the first. These bitches be nagging the kid. They get them